this is why, folks. It's a thing.
Test episode.
This
pilot.
This is episode 0. Yes.
That's great.
Oh
Okay, I finally got this figured out. I've been using like this audio switcher. And so I've been trying to get it to work, and now I finally got it working. So that like it doesn't record TF2 audio in the background.
Wait, are you actually playing TF2?
Yes.
He always plays TF2. Even when he sleeps of him dreaming of playing TF2.
Shut up. No, I don't. Trust me, I dream about much more interesting stuff.
Yeah, like your sex life.
Burn. I'm sorry, that's a burn.
I don't know what you're talking about, because then it would just be... Well, it wouldn't be a dream, would it? It just wouldn't exist. Anyways,
Makes you feel better. Mine's about the same.
30 seconds.
Yeah, except... Never mind. So,
Hey, Deb, you're graduated, aren't you?
Huh?
You're graduated, aren't you?
Yeah. So I...
Do you go to college?
No, I'm going to mention that at some point. But basically, I graduated, and I just don't go to college for a variety of reasons.
So what job are you gonna get? Are you gonna work at like a supermarket or something?
Believe it or not, right now this is my job.
YouTube?
Yeah,
Yes.
he counts all the money.
Is that why you have so many mid-roll ads on your videos?
Only on the streams.
Is that why you make so much SMO videos?
Yes. I mean, at the very least, it's better than other jobs.
Yeah,
I'm
better
trying
than
to
like a
find a job,
McDonald's
but
or
I
something.
can't find one.
Then again,
Better than-
that could just be my social anxiety talking, so take that how you will.
Maybe you should just get a job. If YouTube dies, and you should just get a job sitting in front of the computer in an office, and you don't have to communicate with.
That's
You can be an IT guy.
Yeah.
I
But...
can see being an IT guy.
Huh?
I can see you being an IT guy.
Oh yeah, I probably would be. But, so tell the audience a little bit about some interesting experiences you've had about high school, whatever. Things you expect from school, such and such. Things you want to
Who,
talk
me
about.
or anyone?
Anybody.
Okay, I'll go first, I guess. On the last week of school, I brought all my expensive things to school because I get bored. Because all the teachers are lazy and don't want to do anything. And my 3DS got stolen at my school.
You suck.
And the teacher was eventually able to get it back for me, and I was happy about that. But the week before school is like the perfect opportunity to steal stuff, because that person will have to won't be able to look for it for the whole summer, and by the time school starts up again, that item would have probably already been sold or hidden.
Yeah, it makes
Sold.
sense.
Hmm.
Oh, by the way, again, this is why it's episode 0. There's someone else joining us.
Who?
Wait, what?
Oh, hell yeah!
Dude, I can't see.
Who I can't see.
Well, I'm not looking at my
Hold
phone
on,
right
wait,
now.
wait.
The hell, Deb on haters? Oh, why?
it's a Mick
I
Alves
actually want to question that too.
thing. Anyways,
Deb on haters. Why?
quiet, Matt Thomas. You made that joke already.
I
Anyways,
apologize.
Well, time to kill myself.
I don't know if that's a clever title.
This
or
is
if
Matt
it's
Dom, this is Ghost
or
speaking.
if
How
it's
you
just a
doing,
title coming
everyone?
from your ego.
hey, Matt Dominus is Ghost.
Is Math Dominus' ghost gonna be running?
Yes. I'm immortal now, so I guess the franchise could live for centuries.
Oh, I know it can. The McDonald's restaurants will live on forever now that you're a ghost.
Exactly. Yes.
Ghost to ghost.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, so Matt Dominus, this is episode 0 of the Dabhdude podcast, or whatever in God's name I'm calling it. This episode is about back to school.
Oh, school!
Okay, Matt.
Hey, look, a typical reaction.
Hey, look.
That's how I react.
Hey, look, the
when I went
reaction
to
of
school.
the reaction of literally anybody who isn't insane.
When I went
Thank God I'm
school,
graduating.
I was in complete disbelief that, oh my God, I'm already back in school. What the hell? Why is summer so short?
I remember, there was a girl back in elementary school who was like, yeah, I love school, and I said to her face, are you stupid?
My elementary school, you'd get in trouble for that.
she didn't talk to me after that. I wonder why.
Hey, you want to hear the most embarrassing thing to ever happen to me in school?
Sure.
What?
I think it was a sophomore or junior, and I had actually left my phone on, with the ringer on. And someone called me. But do you know what my ringtone was? Everyone heard my ringtone was. Do you know what my ringtone was?
What?
My Little Pony theme song. I don't know.
It's when you hear the sound of thunder, don't you get too scared. Describe your thunder buddy and say the magic words. Fuck you, thunder! Everyone in the classroom heard it. Like, everyone in the whole classroom heard it, and I got in so much trouble. And I'm just like, I didn't know that my ringer was on. And they were like, why would you have that as your ringer? And I said, because it's funny.
And one of the best comedy movies of all time, so obviously.
Oh, that's beautiful.
My friend set his wallpaper to a zoomed-in picture of my teacher's face, and whenever my teacher takes his phone, it would just the first thing he would just see is a zoomed-in picture of his face on my friend's phone.
I remember the first day of school, I bumped into a big metal pole, and I didn't even see it, and everyone, in cartoons, when cartoon characters hit a pole or some kind, they freeze in place for a few seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That actually happened to me when I hit my head on a pole because I had no idea what was going on, then I fell down.
Sounds about right.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
people know me for being tolerable toward strong stuff because I was just confused. It didn't hurt me. So
weird. But
another time, so I bring my laptop to school because I have classes that require a computer, and I have this really horrible Jeffy picture. I don't think you can show it, but I'll send it if you want it to. It's a bit NSFW.
Send
it. Okay, I'll send it. But he opened my laptop and he just found that he looked through my files and just found this picture.
Okay.
Why did you have that as your wallpaper?
It's not my wallpaper. He looked through my files and found that.
Wait,
why would you have that in your files?
Why would you let someone look at your files?
Yeah, who?
No, that's like the golden rule of owning a computer.
Who decided?
And I have that because I wanted to print it out and send it to Logan in fan mail.
No. Hold on. Who gave the executive decision of, yeah, I'm gonna look through this kid's files? Why did he look through your files?
It was a friend, and I had my computer on.
Oh, it was a friend. Okay, I thought it was a teacher.
No, it wasn't a teacher. I would have.
Where the hell did he even get that picture?
Someone posted it on a Discord server, and I saved it.
The only person who I think would have that is that one girl who loves Jeffy. That's the only person I would think who
awful fanboy.
Yeah, that's the only person I would think would ever want anything like that.
Wow.
I mean, it sounds about right.
Hey, how come I didn't get to tell a story yet?
Tell your story!
Okay, what grade are you in?
I am now sophomore in high school now, so...
Oh,
really?
Same, just like me.
You sound way older than that.
Yeah, I thought you were a junior or senior.
At the very least, you're not being called 14 or 15.
I think Matt just took offense to that.
Math?
Yeah, why would you want to be older? Because when you're older, you have to deal with taxes and stuff. I'm young,
Well,
so
makes
I'm
you feel
like,
better.
I'm
People tell me I
terrified
look
of
like I'm
college.
25 when I'm 20. It's weird.
I'm terrified because I'm terrified of not being good enough for college, and some of these classes are really hard.
Don't worry, I'll talk about college later and my thoughts on it. But so Math,
college.
tell like your story.
Let me see what embarrassing story I find in school. Oh yeah. There was this one time it was me starting middle school, and I got into history class, and there was this girl who was named Cecilia, and I made fun of her
Oh, just like the
because of that.
Mexican girl in the summer school series?
Yeah, that's exactly why I made fun of her, because it was at this time that I watched the Super Mario Logan summer school series, and because of that, I just made fun of her because of that.
Did she like go crying or something? To like a.
No, she just looked creeped out.
What'd you say to her exactly?
Basically, I was like, "Oh, hello, Cecilia. You want a taco?"
I don't blame her for being creeped out. It's like, what is this guy's problem?
You should have done the person who said Jackie Chu and would have been like, "Hello, Sophia. You want to talk?"
I did do that
Cecilia.
once. Hello, Cecilia. Come here, Cecilia. You gotta sit down, Cecilia.
Did you do that? What?
Yes, I did that with the Jackie Chu voice.
Oh my
I
God.
remember. Well, at least Jeffy didn't exist around that time, because if it was Jeffy, it would have been a different story.
Oh no. What? Okay, a hack just left.
Oh, the hacker just left.
Well, I guess we're just stuck with 4 people then.
I'm sad.
Oh well.
Okay.
At least he's stuck with true
Let me
greatness.
think about my experience. In 8th grade, we went to like this museum, and it was like a Jewish museum. And I think you know where this is going.
Oh
But,
boy!
we're
Jewish museum.
We
How
went to a
interesting.
Jewish museum, and there was like all this Jew stuff everywhere. We weren't allowed to
Jew
eat certain
stuff.
foods. And my friends kept on saying Heil Hitler, and during the
Hitler.
Your friends are geniuses.
I think
they're
don't
not
get
at
along
this
with your
school
friends.
anymore.
Oh.
Oh.
Did they get expelled for making fun of Jews?
No, they got expelled for other stuff, like breaking property.
Oh. Well, maybe your friends aren't so cool after all. But
I had a government. Hey, Dub.
Yes.
I had a government teacher who was so freaking political. I hate politics, you know this. So the fact that she was my teacher completely annoyed me. And I did something during a presentation. I had to do a PowerPoint just to annoy her, and it worked. And I'm happy.
Nice.
Yeah, what I did was I put a picture
speaking
of someone being
political
waterboarded.
teachers, I had this history teacher who he had like a bunch of pictures of a bunch of presidents on the wall, and I was like, hey, why the hell isn't Trump on the wall? And he was like, oh, I don't want to spend money on putting Trump on the wall. So I got my friend to sketch a drawing of Trump, and then I hung it on the wall right next to like the picture of Obama. And like he got pissed and he took it down.
Why?
Because he didn't
Trump
want a
got his
picture
wall.
of Donald Trump on the wall.
Hey, Trump got his wall in one way or another.
Nice.
George Washington, fuck.
But so I don't know, what was I going to talk about? So yeah. There's something that's always been irksome to me about school. And that would be among other things. Like there's lots of things wrong with school, but something I've always despised is homework.
I stopped doing homework entirely when I was
Especially
in
summer
I'm not
homework.
even, I'm not
Well,
even
yeah,
kidding.
summer homework is just flat out retarded. because here's the
Yeah,
deal. Like a lot. No.
Welcome to Jurassic World. Why are you giving me this homework shit? I gotta see dinosaurs.
Well, no. Here's the deal. At least at like the schools I've gone to, thing is like they would assign summer homework, but then what would happen is like no one would do it over the break, and so the teacher would give them like an extra week or two to do it.
My teacher gives me an extra month to do it.
Sometimes it was an extra month, but most of the time it was an extra week or two. So I'm kind of like, so what's the point of it being summer homework if you're just going to say, oh well. But yeah, summer homework is especially dumb, but like there's other stuff that's dumb, like well, homework in general. I
stopped doing homework. Well, like in 3rd grade, I stopped doing homework entirely. And like from 3rd grade until I graduated, I did 10 or less assignments in that many years. Because
last year, every homework was lenient because the school got a new like computer system program thing where you would turn in homework and none of the teachers wanted to assign anything because we would have to get used to the system. They didn't want to grade because teachers are lazy.
But
hey guys,
except for this one teacher that assigned so much homework that she couldn't even catch up with her own homework and she couldn't even grade everything.
Nice.
And at the end of the year, I went onto her computer to help her with something. And in the top right-hand corner, it would see a bunch of notifications, and it would say, "Hey, you have 2,600 ungraded assignments for this class."
Ha! Rip. But were you going to say something, Matt?
Yeah. You guys don't get jealous, but I haven't had to do any homework since 6th grade.
I stopped in 3rd grade, so I'm not jealous.
For me, from like kindergarten through 3rd grade, we didn't have to do homework. But then like the district changed something, and then they were like, "No, you have to do homework now." And
that's gay.
My teachers are going to strike because of the district. So basically, the teachers aren't going to do anything for a week.
Nice.
In protest.
But no, the thing is, I think that's part of the reason why I despise homework so much. Like I do great on tests and in some cases even schoolwork, but like homework, I'm like, more schoolwork, except it's at home. Nah, I'm good. I don't need this.
It's gay.
I just never saw the point in it. Like, what's the point of doing the homework when you're there to teach us that stuff? If you can't do that at school, what makes you think we can do it at home by ourselves? Our parents are going to help us.
Well, my biggest question is this. It's kind of like, why? We have lives outside of school, and, well, I wasn't the type to... Actually, no, I know what I was. I was the type of person to, go home and not do any of the homework, but I still had plenty of time. But I know there were lots of people who just didn't do the homework because they kind of couldn't, because they had a bunch of clubs after school.
Clubs are optional, but the school recommends clubs.
Yeah, but it's like, hey, you should really go to clubs. Hope you can get your homework done on top of it.
Yeah, I was always part of theater.
Like at the very least, the people in clubs kind of have an excuse, and it's kind of like, so why are you giving them the homework? But,
what a mystery.
I don't know. I think
I have
you know what's a mystery?
What?
Like, what's a huge mystery? How come after Obama got elected, why did school lunches suddenly suck?
Hilarious.
Oh, because Michelle Obama made this new role thing.
We gotta fight obesity, and here's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna make school lunches taste absolutely horrible. Although, actually, to be fair,
spaghetti tastes like cardboard.
Actually, to be fair, I have not had a school lunch like once, ever.
I eat school lunch because it's free, and my parents don't want to make my food because they don't want to waste money.
I stopped paying for, or I stopped like eating lunch entirely. Rather, I never paid for lunch, but I also stopped eating lunch entirely.
Same.
After,
I stopped eating. I stopped at the junior year. Like,
I stopped eating lunch in like 7th or 8th grade. And people would say,
"Wow, was good."
And people would say, "Aren't you hungry?" And I'm like, "Yeah," but I wait until I get home.
Yeah.
Because
Like when
I'm sorry,
Right.
but despite my attitude right now, I absolutely despise like human interaction. And so I was like,
Oh,
I'm
me
gonna
too, but I'm forced to do it every day, so...
yeah. So I don't like the cafeteria or whatever. So I was like, or I could just not eat there. I think that's a great idea.
I found cockroaches in the cafeteria before.
Ew.
All right,
Yeah.
so when my mom wasn't going to school and everything, they could actually leave school and go to a restaurant and come back. And they can't do that anymore. And I'm just like, why? Dairy Queen's like literally down the road. We can go there, get ice cream, get actual good food, and then come back and like before we're supposed to go back to class.
I think my school had that at one point, but then then something happened and they freaked out and went like, "No, you can't do that anymore."
That happened to me junior year, no joke. Like something extremely similar happened to me last year, or not last year, junior year. Because I wore a trench coat every day for a couple months, right? Because I look cool in trench coat.
Trench coat
Legit.
mafia! Sorry.
But I wore a trench coat, right? And and no one paid it no mind. And a friend of mine started wearing a trench coat too. We became known as the Coat Boys because of that. Anyway,
all right, Dylan and Eric. What? I didn't say anything.
All right, but so one day I get called into the principal's office. I'm like, all right, what do I do this time? And no, I said whatever it is that I didn't do. What is you think I did? I didn't do it. By the way, what is it that I didn't do? And he goes, you know that you can't.
You
wear
wore a trench coat, and you must be executed for wearing a trench coat.
He's like, you can't wear trench coats in the school, and I'm like, in my head I'm thinking, bitch, please. That's what then I began saying. You see me wear this every day for like 4 or 5 months. So why is it a good idea to tell me this now? He goes, well, it's because someone threatened to shoot up the school. If they hadn't done that, I wouldn't have said anything. And I'm just like,
so?
I'm like,
but it
do
wasn't...
I look like I would consider what?
It's like, but I wasn't the one who did it.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm the one who did it.
I'm known as one of the nicest guys at the school. I'm one of the nicest guys that anyone knows, really. So in school, people know me as a relatively nice guy. So why do you think I would go to a school, hide a gun in a trench coat, and then go and have at it?
Yeah. I remember one kid actually. He didn't wear a trench coat. Actually, I think I saw him once wearing a trench coat. So I guess take that how you will. But you guys know what the Iron Cross looks like?
What the hell is that?
I don't know what that is.
Look it up.
I'm guessing.
Look it up. It's a German thing. It's like it's that black thing with the 4 not points on it, but 4 flat edges. You see it in some World War II
It's the
stuff.
thing on the Nazi Germany flag, right?
No, that's the swastika.
No, not the swastika. I know there's another thing.
Just look up the Iron Cross.
Fine.
You'll
Iron.
Hold on. Oh, I found a picture.
That requires effort.
Yeah.
Is it the thing? Is it this? Okay, it's not the swastika, but it's the other.
Yeah, it's the other thing. I don't know how to describe it. It's
Iron Fist. Oh wait, wrong iron.
But the thing is, there was like some kid who would wear the Iron Cross every day. It was like a necklace or whatever. Until one day, like some Jewish kid started complaining, like, he's wearing the Iron Cross. It's a Nazi symbol, even though it's still used today, and it's not strictly a Nazi thing.
That symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that symbol a lot of times before.
Yeah, but so, and after that day, he was like really bitter after that, and I was like, oh boy. Luckily, nothing ever happened, at least not to my knowledge.
Yeah, do you guys? This is relevant to what you're saying, and you'll see why in a second. Do any of you know any characters from Kingdom Hearts?
No, why?
No.
Okay, there's a character named Roxas. He has this necklace that looks kind of like a ninja star, and I happen to own that necklace, right? I wore it to school one day, and I've been wearing it. I wore it to school probably about 4 or 5 weeks, until they're like, "What do you got, a ninja star? You know we can't have that at school." And I'm like, "Come on, let's go to a computer, and I'm going to indulge you in a little bit of something we like to call nerds." Now, this here is a character in what is called a video game. It's a big thing that lets you play games automatically. Basically, I proved to him it wasn't a ninja star after like 2 hours of going on the computer and explaining things.
Nice.
I got out of math class doing that.
That was definitely worth it, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Got out of the worst class of the day.
So now my question is, what classes, especially in terms of like college, once you guys get there, what classes do you want to take?
I'm taking an engineering course right now, so I want to take some, I want to be a computer engineer, an IT person or whatever. So I think I'm gonna take classes like computer science or stuff like that in the future.
All right. Math Dominus?
Ooh, we got a team member over here.
Huh?
If you ever played the game Doom, you would know what the UAC is, but...
Oh, I thought you said something else. I was like, what on earth did he say?
He said something probably gay.
That's pretty gay, man. But anyways, CleverX, are you taking anything in college?
I have no money. I can't go to college.
You suck.
But if I did,
it's called
I'm
student
poor.
loans and student
It's called
debt.
being poor.
Ew.
But I do have plans to eventually go down to a film college in Dallas at some point.
Eventually.
But as for me, I want to go to college, but I don't want to pay the price for it. Cause I actually have a graph. I'll show it if I get the chance. I'll show it to you guys. But I talked about it on a stream actually the other day. But basically, it's a graph of how prices of college have changed in comparison to inflation. I think I want to say the college is 400 or 500% more than the inflation rate is. And it's just something that really bothers me. Because, like it or not, I don't want to pay an arm and a leg just to go to college so that... a lot of people don't use their college degrees. And so I don't want to feel like I'm wasting my money, if that makes sense.
Right.
And the
My parents want me... My parents and my family want me to go directly to a university without actually going to a college, kind of. And it's oh, you need to go to a university or else you're going to dishonor your family or something like that.
You will dishonor your whole family.
It is like that. I think it's very much a joke.
Okay, this is the thing I'm talking about. Sorry, it's only 466%. My bad, not 500. But seriously, so if you in the 70s you could pay for college with a couple weeks worth of a full-time minimum wage job. And then in the 90s you could pay for it with a full-time summer job at minimum wage. And now, pretty much, no matter what you do, you will have to get a student loan unless you find some other way to pay for it, or you're just rich.
If you're rich, that's the only way you can do it.
And of course,
college is either for people who are rich or people who want to be in debt for their.
And of course, I don't agree with government intervention in some of these things most of the time. But I think we need to have some sort of cap to this. Okay, let's make it only 150 or 200%, not nearly 500.
What? Where the hell they get that number? Why the hell does it go up so much? compared to everything.
Because
Yeah, you don't see gas going up
Because
3
they're
to 4.
greedy.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. They've trained generations upon generations. You have to go to college. Now more than ever, it's like, you have to go to college, otherwise you will be a failure at life, and your family will dishonor you. Or sorry, your family will dishonor you.
Yeah.
I haven't got, my parents haven't been this disappointed in me since I let the fly get away.
Since you
With
what?
my grandfather. Since I
fly?
You let the fry get away.
I couldn't, it ain't my fault, I couldn't catch it.
He killed your grandfather.
Yeah.
Anyways, but seriously, but like it or not, now more than ever is the time when people shouldn't be going to college, in part because just about everything you could learn in college is online as well.
Yeah.
I kind of get
Google,
get the point of college, but at the same time I don't. And I think
Well,
it just always felt like a waste of money to me.
well, like, I want to go to a film
No.
school, and that would be good. And to me, that's really good for hands-on experience on trying to
Yeah.
I've been stressing out
see
over
how it would
college.
work out. But that's just what I want to do personally.
But
Sorry.
It doesn't make sense in that
I
respect.
want to be like Steven Spielberg someday.
good choice.
Same.
But seriously though,
I've been stressed. Sorry. You go
the-
first. You go
okay.
first.
The deal with college, how do I put this? The analogy I've come up with is like this. So you know how like you can find just about every TV show online now? It's kind of like your ISP saying, "Why don't you buy our TV package?" It's like, but why? I can find just about everything I would want to watch online. I don't even use the TV anymore. The only time I really go out of my way to go watch something on the TV is if I really want to support the makers of the show. Which, like it or not, I can't think of very many shows on air right now that I want to do.
I only do that for Riverdale or Steven Universe, and that's about it.
Ew, Steven Judenverse. You
Oh yes,
disgust me.
Steven Universe.
I don't
You're the
even
reason why
watch
I like
Steven
that show, you
Universe
know
on
that,
TV. I watch it illegally online. Steven Universe.
Actually,
I watched Steven Universe on Hulu,
here's a
don't
fun little tip actually. It's not illegal to watch it online or download it. It's illegal to upload it though. So that's
Hold on, let me find this.
Ooh, loopholes. I like the way black man.
that's a thing a lot of people don't know. It's kind of like it's one of those things where it's like, well, I don't want to use one of those illegal sites, but it's only illegal if you're re-uploading it somewhere, and especially in a non-transformative form.
So
let me
me,
find this for you.
Ready Player One on YouTube is not illegal
Huh?
because for a brief period of time, you know the movie Ready Player One?
Yeah.
The entire movie in HD was on YouTube for a brief period of time, and I quickly downloaded it.
Nice. But yeah, that's totally legal. It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys ever did this back when Netflix still, shipped DVDs. But, with Netflix, what we would do is we would get a, movie, or frankly, Blockbuster. I don't know if anybody here really remembers Blockbuster.
Oh my god, I
much.
think they deleted
I went there all the time to buy movies.
Blockbuster,
But no-
that's where I got to know all the Godzilla movies.
But no,
so
thing is,
respect
I
Blockbuster.
knew a lot of people who would rent stuff from Netflix and or Blockbuster, and then they'd rip the DVD onto their hard drive. And I think there's court cases about it. In fact, I know there are. It's kind of like one
Oh
of the
no, that's what I did.
and basically the courts have said, yeah, it's okay to copy these things, but you can't re-upload them or copy them and share them and sell them.
Unauthorized distribution.
Oh god.
Frankly,
Little story about this.
sure.
Okay, what I did is I would borrow movies from the library,
Uh-huh.
and then I would burn them onto a blank DVD, and I
What?
would return the movie.
Yeah, so
And I was always terrified of being caught for that because I thought it was illegal.
dude, that's legal. Like, it's the same thing with, like, so, like, a lot of these court cases actually came out back during the days of, like, VHS and stuff. Basically, the courts have always said, like, yeah, it's legal for you to, like, copying can also be described as, like, oh, taping a show off of TV. It's like, that could technically be considered copying, but that's legal. All this stuff is legal. It's when you start, like, saying, hey, here, you want a free copy of this? That's when it's like, no, that's illegal.
Distributing it is legal.
Yeah, redistributing it is illegal. Like, if you actually read the piracy warnings at the beginning of the things, you'll realize that what they say is, like, the illegal copying and redistributing. And also when they say copying, they mean stuff like copying for the sake of giving it to someone else. So
that's what I've been doing with Mac software. I'm like, I'm not paying $50, so I'm just gonna get it online free. Fuck.
I mean, like it or not, you're not the one at fault for it. You're just the one who found it. And again, same goes for, like, these streaming sites where you can find, like, cartoons or whatever. Cartoons
like
or
Kiss
TV
Anime
shows.
or Kiss Cartoon.
Yeah, exactly. Like it or not, that stuff is legal. That stuff is legal for you to watch. What's illegal is for them to be uploading it. Of course, they do it anyways, because, like, they don't get caught.
How did we go from talking about college to talking about piracy?
Okay, yeah, I was about to get back.
Because our pain, we are pirates.
Dear God.
Dun, 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 dun.
Anyways, but no, so point is, back to my analogy. Basically, you are, basically, the whole point of my analogy is, like, the ISP trying to say, but, you really need to watch it live on air when it airs instead of, like, finding it online, and you need our TV package. It's like, no, I can just find all the stuff I want online. Same goes for college. It's like, well, you need to get your education at whatever college. It's like, okay, or get ready for this, or I could just, you know, find everything I want to know online. And actually,
Google is the best teacher.
And
she's hot.
Oh, great!
Sorry.
Are you like one of those people who makes, like, a Google anime character or something?
No, I totally have never done that. No.
Clever,
no.
please stop. You scare me.
I'm just kidding.
But and no, actually, something that a lot of people can know is that you can actually supposedly test out of a lot of classes in colleges. Do you guys know what testing out means?
No.
Testing
I'm
out.
assuming you go to a couple classes.
Basically, you get to the shortened version of it is basically you get to take the final early because you know everything in the class already, and you don't have to waste your time and money. The catch is that you usually have to score like an 80%, I believe, so there's less room for error.
I'm dumb, so I can never do that.
Lucky.
Only thing I'm ever good at is history. Literally, that's the only thing I'm good at.
History's great.
Yeah.
Out
Out of three people in my school, I was one of the people chosen to compete in the history UIL competition.
Wow, I'm sure your parents are so proud.
No, I failed miserably. You can blame all the Texas history. That was the one class I wasn't good at, was Texas history, because I really did not care. I've got all the world history questions right because that's stuff I know.
Actually, y'all.
Texas history.
Actually, y'all, I could give you the Texas history in 3 seconds flat. Yeah.
Hey, Patrick, what am I now?
I give y'all Texas history right now. Go to Six Flags. That's literally all you need to know. Go to Six Flags. That's it. No, nothing more. Just go there.
Yeehaw, Andy Alamo.
Yeah,
what am I now?
I'm an actual Texan, so you want me to show you how it really goes?
How?
How?
Yeah!
Oh dear God, you scared me.
Wow, you actually sound like a Texan.
I am Texan. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I hide my Texan accent very well when I'm in calls.
Yeah.
Like
Sandy
when I'm not
will
in
be
calls.
proud.
You're very good. You're very good.
Yeah. Sometimes it comes out, but like when I'm in calls, like this, for instance, I talk in an American accent. I don't use my actual birth voice. I never do because I don't like my Texan accent.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, and most people don't know this because I always talk in this accent. Because I say the y'all and the whatnots whenever I'm talking, but when I talk in the accent, this is how I actually do sound. Like, no joke.
You sound fine in that accent.
Yeah, but it sounds weird to me because I've always just used my American accent to talk. Even though it's easier for me talking the other voice.
Y'all, Texas, y'all.
But
How do you
anyways,
even do an accent?
no, what was like, what were we talking about? Oh right, not
Texas.
College.
We're talking about stupid. But
I am stupid, so, yeah.
But no, college. I've just never seen the true necessity of it. Especially now more than ever. Basically, it's like it's also like I don't know how strict I know Miguel's parents are probably very strict.
You'll dishonor your family.
Yes, but are very strict on it. But I don't know how strict everyone else's parents here are about you need to go to college. Because I've heard a range of, oh, go to college or don't, I don't care, all the way to you have to go to college, otherwise you're dishonoring your family and we're kicking you out of the house.
Well, I can't ever leave my house because I literally have nowhere else to go, and my parents know that. So there's that.
A lot of them say you're dishonoring your family if you don't go to college.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I get it. I mean, they've been raised a lot of parents. I mean, unless your parents are like in their 20s or something, in which case I'm concerned. I'm concerned as to what age you were conceived. But no, thing is, a lot of parents were born and raised in the pre-internet era, and they went to college usually in the pre-internet era or very, very, very early internet era. So I get it. I really do. They don't understand the whole concept of you can learn all this stuff online without having to pay a bunch of money. Sorry.
I was gonna say there are some when you do certain kind of things, if you I'm going into filmmaking, or some people have to go for programming and gaming and whatnot. Sometimes those kind of colleges would be better than looking online because you have the hands-on experience and the teacher for you. But for most things, I don't see the point.
For most things, there's little to no point. But I mean, the other thing though is that there's other parents who there's some parents who don't care. There's other parents who care a whole lot. But also, something they haven't really realized, because, I mean, hey, it's not their problem most of the time, unless they're saying, hey, we'll pay for your college, in which case, I mean, that'd be great for you. But like it or not, most of them don't even realize just how expensive, tuition is. They still think it's, back in the 80s and 90s or whatever, where it's like, oh, yeah, just get a summer job, that'll pay for it.
My dad was like that, no joke. I'm like, how much is tuition? I looked it up, and I'm like, it's like $40,000-$50,000. What the hell? Well, when I was in college, when you were in college, you were born in the '60s, man.
Why is your dad ancient?
My dad is 50.
Oh,
and my mom is 61.
I thought you said he went to college in the '60s, and I was like, what?
Wait.
No, I said he was born in the '60s. Your
dad's 50 and your mom is 61?
My dad's 56 and my mom's 61.
Wow, this is the first time I've heard that the female is older than the male.
Yeah, by 5 years. And funny thing is, my mom is a lot taller than my dad, but that isn't surprising. My dad's a little stereotypical fat, short Mexican. No offense to any Mexicans. But
it's a Mario!
He's not
Mario is not Mexican.
When I was a kid, I thought he was
Wait,
Mexican.
that reminds me
No
of that
joke.
one video Logan made where he said Mario was Mexican. It was like the Mario Brothers gameplay
For
thing.
Mario Logan, I think Mario does kind of look like a Mexican.
It kind of does. The funny thing, though, when I was a kid, I owned an N64 when I was a kid. I do now have another same one. I owned an N64, and I used to play Mario Kart 64. And you know when Mario goes, "Let's go," I thought he said Mexico. So I thought he was Mexican for like most of my childhood. I'm not kidding. I legit thought he said Mexico. I'm like, okay, shouting your country. Good for you. ¿Cómo está? I know very little
At least
Spanish.
it's not as bad as the long gay Bowser.
So long, gay Bowser.
Hey, Bowser. Yeah.
But okay, so actually, by the way, I just looked it up. Turns out I was mostly right. Technically speaking, it's ill. Okay, so here's the legality of ripping DVDs and stuff. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
If you find it online and it's just there out in the open, you're okay to download it. You're just not okay to upload it. As for DVDs, like stuff you actually have to go out of your way to like rip off of. If that makes any sense. Like you have to rip the DVD and all that stuff. That's technically illegal, but there's so much software out there for it that the government literally doesn't enforce it. So unless
Rip DVDs.
So again, unless you're like distributing it, it doesn't matter. I've actually never ripped a Blu-ray because like I don't use Blu-ray. So
I have several Blu-rays. I have one 4K DVD that only works on my Xbox One because my Xbox One can play 4K DVDs.
I wish I had Blu-ray. Well, I mean, I could have used Blu-ray, but it was my dad thought it was a good idea to give away my PlayStation 3 without my permission. That's
did you buy it?
Sucks.
the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
No.
Then it wasn't yours, was it?
It was my iPad. It died.
Ha.
And I can't charge my iPad while listening or talking because I have.
Is it one of those
headphones.
it's one of those new iPads that has the horrible connector where it's like, oh, you want to use earbuds? No.
No, I use one of the older iPads because I hate the new one.
Oh.
I hate Apple.
I hate everything. Sorry.
I actually know a song called I Hate Everything, and it's a country song, and it's called I Hate Everything.
But, so yeah, now that you've learned the legality of ripping DVDs, so technically, we've all broken the law here. We're outlaws, we're criminals.
Actually, I've never ripped DVDs, though.
Oh. Well then, I'm certainly an
I used to break DVDs, so...
I'm an outlaw. I'm a criminal. Oh no. Except not really.
Well, the
because...
Texas Rangers are going to come after you.
Except not really.
Rangers.
Except not really because.
FBI,
like...
open up!
Shut up. But seriously, like, I don't know. Hello? I'll just wait a second. I think my thing is trying to adjust. Okay, there we go.
Outside.
Alright, I got it fixed.
We've been recording for about an hour.
Oh, really? Well...
Yeah, I'm doing it for an hour.
Please
an hour?
Don't ever make that voice again, Cleve. But anyways, what was I going to say? Who is breathing into their microphone like a stalker? Like, stop. Anyways, so I'm going to tell. I want to know some like experiences of like bullies you had at school, because I think we're
bullies.
We're all losers here, so let's just be honest. It's inevitable that we had at least a couple bullies.
Yeah,
Yep.
a couple hundred.
Okay, so there was this one kid back in like 6th grade, and he locked my friend in the bathroom, and he was just doing like really weird things. He was a bully, and he would like walk up to us and like throw our stuff around. And the one time that I actually got pissed off at this specific person was when I walked into the bathroom and he locked my friend inside of the stall.
How do you do that?
He like blocked the stall because my friend was scared of him, and I'm like, why? Why would you just do that? And I just got super pissed off at him and walked off, which was a good thing, I guess.
Okay. Math?
Yes.
What bullying experiences have you had?
Well, I have had several. So there was this first time back in 6th grade, there was these group of asshole of a kids who they pretty much made fun of me because I drew comics and stuff like that.
Are they good comics?
Well, I mean, if you love dark humor, they're pretty good, so...
Huh.
There was even this Five Nights at Freddy's one where, if you've ever played Five Nights at Freddy's 4, you know how the kid is in the bedroom, and so one day Bonnie just catches the kid masturbating, so...
Okay, that's something we heard.
What grade?
Yeah. I was in 6th grade, so...
You were in 6th grade and you were making masturbation jokes.
Hey, I was exposed to the internet, and I used it wisely, so...
I'm sorry, I was exposed to the internet. No, not 8th, 7th. Sometime around that. That's when I started talking.
But yeah, anyways. So, these kids, they basically bullied me because I was talented at making comics, so...
Like,
one day,
were they drawn really well?
I guess you could say it was decent. At least you can tell what was supposed to be happening, but at the same time, it's not high quality, so...
Okay.
Was it as good
Biggest example I could give is Diary of a Wimpy Kid style of drawing, so...
Alright.
Damn it, I hate this mic, I'm sorry. Was it as good as the Jeffy drawing I made?
No, nothing with Jeffy is good on it, so...
But
anyways,
yeah.
So these kids, yes, they bully me. And interesting fact, the kids, they were different races. Like one was a ginger, one was a Caucasian or a cracker. One is a female cracker, and then there was a black.
Ginger isn't a race.
The sad thing is, ginger people cannot drink ginger ale because it's always made with real ginger, so it'd be cannibalism.
Dear God. I thought I had a dark sense of humor. Look at you guys.
Oh, I came up with way
worse. As racist as possible if I wanted to, but I don't want to do.
Don't worry, I'll listen to any racist joke because as a Latino, I cannot run away from my problems. Okay?
Wait,
I run fast. Latinos run fast, but problems run faster.
But you
so.
ran across the border, though.
Wait, hold on. You're Latino? You look Asian.
Yeah, I always get that. I always get that. Everyone in my school says, "Are you Asian?"
The funny thing is, I saw a picture of Math, and I knew he was Latino. Like, I did not think that once Asian when I saw the picture of Math.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, gracias.
I always thought Asian, so... Oh, well.
I was adopted into, like, a Mexican family, so I have like, an entirely Spanish name.
What's your, like, Spanish name?
Oscar Ambrosio Aguilar.
I thought it would be. I thought it would be Clever Exo.
This is the only picture of Math that I have.
Wow.
That's what mine's still loading. Oh, that's a great picture.
It is. But anyways, I don't think I need to give any bullying stories because I'm still bullied by people.
Oh, like that Flamester dude.
You're an adult.
Actually, Flamey's more or less cool now. More or less.
More or less.
I'm not saying he's.
They're not being cool at all.
I'm not saying he's like cool. He's just not bad anymore. Not really.
I've never met him, so.
He's I don't know. This isn't about him. What I do know.
You want to hear about someone almost got into a fight bully?
Sure.
You go ahead. You finish talking though, because I interrupted you. Sorry, but when you're done, I'll say.
I don't know. One time in junior year, I got sick of a bully bothering me, and so I hit him with a chair and said, "If you do that again, I will make sure that you are at the nurse's office."
I did something similar with my teacher, because I did it twice and I threw chairs at them.
Great.
Like, I was in first and third grade, and ironically, I had the same teacher both those years, and both times she made me so mad, and I had eyewitnesses, so there was proof. I had eyewitnesses. I literally picked up chairs like the Hulk and freaking threw them at her.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it, like, unprovoked. But it was the fact that, like, he had been annoying me for, like, weeks on end. I was like, alright, no, I'm done.
Wait. Can I interrupt you for a second?
Sure.
Talking about, like, defending yourself from bullies. One time, these group of girls were bullying me. And, well, let's just say I copied the Dilophosaurus from Jurassic Park, and I spat at them.
Great. How'd they react to that?
Oh, they were disgusted, and I got in trouble. So
why?
Luckily, I didn't get suspended, surprisingly enough. So, but still, listen of the day, don't copy your favorite cartoon characters, especially dinosaurs. So,
To be fair, whenever I copy cartoon characters, I either end up getting hurt or I'm successful in my endeavors.
Okay, so this one time, my math teacher, we had to work on something, so my math teacher gave me a yardstick. And I grabbed it, and then I broke it, and on accident. It was already broken, and he got super angry at me, and I was really sad because of that.
Rip.
So there's a kid in class. This is a guy I've always hated for like my whole life, pretty much. His name was Dylan Sykes. And
Dylan Klebold? Sorry, I'll stop.
Alright, so I really did not. He was one of those people who would just constantly message you in any way, just wouldn't the hell out of it. Right? And I remember, I think it was 6th grade, maybe? We had the same algebra class, right? And he was annoying me. And Dylan isn't his real name. That's just like one of those names people go by. And I called him by his real name just to make him mad. He's like, he's a little short, fat kid. So he's like, what'd you say? And I go, shut up. I forgot what his real name was. But I said, shut up. And then I said his real name. Then he came up to me, hit me upside the head really hard, but I just sat back and laughed. He goes, what are you laughing at? I go, teacher's right behind you. I don't have to do a damn thing. Suck it.
The teachers never helped me at all.
Legit, teacher saw the whole thing. He got in major trouble. I was sat back and I just laughed at him. And I was like, had a smug face. It was great.
Teachers have literally stared at me while someone's bullying me, and they're just like, whatever. Especially in high school, because, like, I mean, granted, we're high schoolers. It's like, oh, you can take care of it yourself. And so eventually, I said, all right, I will. And, after that chair incident, people suddenly started... They didn't bully me much anymore.
I wasn't bullied, but a lot of people have hurt me in like really major ways.
I mean,
the worst thing ever actually happened with a girl.
Hold on, this meme sums up teachers perfectly.
Wait, what meme?
Yes.
Totally. Hey, Dub.
I have that meme on my dank meme spot.
You want to talk about like girl experiences?
Sure, go ahead.
I have
to the girl ever.
I have a girlfriend, so.
Oh right.
I'm single. I'm single again, so But
I'm the only one.
I guess.
I bet you're proud, Math.
No, I'm just kind of wow. I'm the only one who has a girlfriend, even though my life is just.
Actually, no, Math. I want to hear that story. How'd you find her, and all that?
Oh, in Central America.
So, she's your friend in Central America.
Nah, it's a long distance relationship, so.
Yeah. So, okay.
All right.
At least I have one, so.
Yeah. But I remember this in junior year. This is actually a really sad story, but it's true. In junior year, I sat, usually with, I have my group of friends. We are all categorized like any stereotypical school would be.
So, click.
And, yeah, pretty much. And, there's this girl. I know she was a good friend of mine. She was like 2 tables across from me. She was a short little girl, and, she admitted to me that after she broke up with her boyfriend that she liked me, and I told her, I like you too. And she goes, I want to wait.
Story.
I may have said it to you when it happened because I was friends with you at the time.
Yeah, I think.
But she goes, all right, but I want to wait a little bit because I'm, just got out of this relationship. I just kind of want to relax for a bit before I try again. I go, okay, that's no problem. I told her I would wait. 3 months later, I'm sitting at the same table, and someone told me, she has a boyfriend, right? I'm like, no, she would have told me at least. And she goes, no, she has one. And then I confronted her, and she had a boyfriend for about a week. Didn't even tell me. She knew I was waiting for. Like, legit.
Well, you know what they say. If she breathes...
She's a thought!
Nice one, Matt.
The funny thing about it, though, is that, like, soon after that, she left town because she got sent to a girl's home. And she literally contacted me for the first time in years 2 days ago.
What'd she say?
Hi. Oh.
We
actually caught up, we actually caught up though.
Clever
Nice
X.
to
I have to tell you something. Something important. What?
What? Hi.
Hi. Great.
But we actually ended up striking a good conversation, and it's been years, so I'm over it by now. So me and her are getting along good again, but she lives like 6-7 hours away now.
Wait a sec, I just realized something. Math, you're not the only one who has a girlfriend here. Cleve does.
No, we broke up like 2-3 weeks ago.
Oh, forget I said that.
Yeah.
I'm over it now. The sad thing is that it happened 2 or 3 days after my grandma died, so that was what actually hurt more than anything.
Ouch.
So I'm over it now, so I'm fine. But
So
yeah,
all of you have been in a relationship with a girl before.
Except you.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
I've had 3 girlfriends in my whole life.
And I'm the only one who's current.
Wow, Math. I'm proud of you.
Yup. Yeah, am I a big boy now?
I live in a constant state of... Sorry.
I can just imagine that in the future, Math Dominus will be a real Math Dominus.
Oh, I know what you mean, Mr.
BDSM jokes!
I think it's just a general sex joke. Not BDSM.
Yeah.
Oh god,
This
I
is
found a better
offensive.
version of this teacher name.
Oh god.
Yes.
I'm still waiting for it to load.
Oh, speaking of stuff like that, never forget the time when we had an argument about what's porn in my server. Wait, actually, I don't think any of you guys were there for that.
I saw it. That Splatoon thing isn't porn.
Exactly.
I saw it. I didn't say anything. Porn, in my opinion, is anything showing the boobs, the V, and the P. And those are the words that I'm trying to say.
The Bobs and Vagine.
The boobs. the V, and the P. If they don't show any of those three things, then they don't more.
The face and the L.
So we got to talking about school, talking about porn.
I love this. I love this podcast.
Me too.
The internet is for porn.
I'm
Grab your dick and double click for porn.
I remember when that first came out.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a really, really old internet song. Like, it is like super old. It's like Numa old.
Super old, but it's memorable.
Numa old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite old.
Do you want to see
Yeah.
the best porno of all time?
The best what? The best porno?
Yes.
B
What,
movie full movie on Pornhub.
No.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, so I don't know why people were uploading Steven Universe episodes on Pornhub. I'm not even kidding. And like, there was nothing edited in the episode. It was just a full-length episode. It doesn't work.
Oh
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Nintendo
Wait,
sued
hang
them
on.
for that.
Wait, hang on, guys. This is interesting. Back in when Avengers Infinity War, back when it was still being teased and there was no trailers for it, in San Diego Comic-Con there was a trailer for it, but it didn't get released to the public because Disney was keeping it a secret. And there was someone who recorded a thing, and then they uploaded that to Pornhub because they know Disney would never take it down on Pornhub. So.
Great.
I've seen weird, like, there's like Steven Universe full episodes on Pornhub. I've seen a lot of stuff.
Dude,
like,
just use
stuff that don't belong there.
Just use Kim Cartoon, seriously. Why you go to Pornhub to see a Steven Universe episode?
It's me searching up episodes, and it just pops up on there, though. It's not me actually looking for the episodes on Pornhub. It's me, like, looking in videos, like, on Google, and it just happens to be there.
Cleverex.
And then I think
Cleverex regularly browses Pornhub confirmed.
No. Like, I'm on, like, Google videos, and I, like, type in the video, and then it just happens to pop up. I don't ever click on it. Well, I clicked on it once just to see if there was, like, anything. Just out of the satisfying my curiosity, was there anything on it? And it was just the full episode, like, nothing was changed. I'm just like,
Tisk. You should know how to be a good Christian boy like me. I don't go on the evil porno sites. Although I did,
I'm agnostic.
although I did beat someone up with a chair. So
threw chairs on
I'm a violent Christian boy. Actually,
what about that rabbit piece thing?
What about it?
I'm a passive aggressive
You mean
pacifist.
The thing that Geo made.
I don't even know. I just heard something about.
Okay. That's just the thing that I can even show it to you if I can find it. GeoAXE, I follow him on Twitter, and I just, like, there's a time there where I just kind of went and automatically liked all his stuff. But of course then Flamey discovered it, and it was like, why are you liking Rabbit Peach? And it's like, I just liked something because, well, it's made by them. And they make good art.
Kind of like how, like, when people like shad base and, like, it pops up in your timeline.
Yeah. Although, actually, I was about to say something, but I forgot. Something about Shadman. Oh, yeah. So the other day, I saw a thing from... And half the time, Twitter just doesn't even bother doing the whole, this content has been restricted based on your settings or whatever. So I just see Shadman there, like, oh, hi Shadman, glad to see someone liked something of yours, and so now I get to see it. But I actually saw, like, the Super Smash Bros. Comic he made. Yeah, and I was like, wow, that's really great and wholesome and not porn. But of course, everyone was going like, but it's Shadman. It's like, can't you at least throw him a bone for once? Like, I don't like Shadman, but like I don't like his art. But at least that comic was good and wholesome. I mean, actually, I saw that it was made by Shadman, and I was like, "There's no way it was made by Shadman. Shadman doesn't make wholesome stuff. He makes porn."
Every now and then he'll make something non-porn, and whenever it's not like when it just comes to him in art, he's not that bad of an artist, honestly.
Yeah.
Like just as an artist, he isn't that bad of an artist.
From his style, he looks like a good artist. But
yeah. It's just like most of the time he's just porn.
Yeah. But no, there was something else I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I remember how before I said, "Oh, I am a violent Christian boy." I'm actually not violent unless like I'm provoked, and it takes a really long time to provoke me to a point where I say, "Yeah, I think it's fair to like try and strike back," because. Like, some people call me a doormat for that, and I'm kind of like, I don't know where the doormat is, where the line is between doormat and nice. Do any of you have any idea?
I would say you're being a doormat. It's just you like actively not doing anything just because you don't want to, and then being nice is doing something because you just want to be a good person. I think your intent is what.
But I think at some the problem is though at some point they kind of overlap where it's like I'm trying to be nice to you but I want to do something to you because you are being a prick.
I like to call myself a passive-aggressive pacifist. I'm usually against violence, but if the time comes, I will pass a fist.
Haha, I get it. Cause you'll fist them, you gay faggot.
The fuck?
I think you should be saying that to Adam.
But anyways, no, seriously. I forgot what I was saying.
You were talking about doormats.
No, there was something else I was going to talk about. Something like unrelated entirely. I love how we were talking about.
We were talking about school.
We were talking about school.
And then we talked about
then we talked about Shadman. This podcast is gonna be great. I need a name for it though.
I think the name.
Oh, the No Name Podcast. That would not be something.
Podcast.
Huh?
Just call it Matt Dominus and his sidekicks. It'll be good.
Shut up! This is going on my channel.
I know. It'll be the most ambitious crossover event ever.
Oh, true. Better than Infinity War.
Yeah. I don't want to be Spider-Man though.
Why?
Spider-Man.
I'm joking, but actually, I haven't watched Infinity War yet because I'm scared of movie theaters.
Oh, you'll get the joke when you watch the movie. I think it's good, but it's like really sad.
Huh?
Okay, Infinity War memes. Okay, I'm over it.
I cry every time I watch Infinity War, and I've seen it 4 times.
Darn
You've seen it 4 times?
Okay, I'm just being stupid here at this rate.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't like movie theaters. Because there's...
We've been recording for an hour and 30.
Don't worry, I think we're almost done here. We'll wrap up in a minute. But,
yeah, then I'll... when,
no, the thing is, I
Set
just don't...
timer for a minute.
Not a literal minute.
I'll put the title of the group now.
So, what is there? Are there any other topics you guys want to talk about, or things you want to say?
I think that should be a different episode if we were doing another topic.
Yeah.
No, I mean like just about school or any of the other things we talked about here.
Oh, raise your hand if you saw a girl that you really wanted to be with, but you knew you would never get her. My hands being raised.
No girls.
I
in
think
high
that's
school,
literally
boys.
every guy at some point in his life. That doesn't count.
Yeah.
I know.
For me, it's still no girls, only boys at my school because I hate all the girls.
So are you?
I wish I was in that school.
So you gay?
Yes.
You gay man?
Ha! Gay!
No. No gays are allowed on my podcast. Get out.
Oh no.
It's gay man, not the law. Hi. And when he finds his butt whistles.
Hey, guys. Guys, it's
Wait a
not
sec.
gay if it's
Wait a sec. Gay Asian. Wow, your parents are gonna be so proud of you.
It's not gay if it's in my way.
Mom, Dad, I'm gay. You dishonored the family!
I've been no disappointed in you since you not catch fly.
You don't catch fry? You gay? Now what? You don't go to college? Mom, Dad, I don't want to.
college.
I don't want to go to college. We.
I will beat you with bells.
No. He has dishonored our family to a point where we must commit Sudoku. Kill themselves with honorary family sword.
I don't know why, but I feel like freaking Tommy C is constantly laughing in the background.
But yeah.
Wow.
So sorry, we're making too many Asian jokes. We'll get in trouble. Except not really, because it turns out that you can't be racist to Asians anymore or something.
You can only be racist towards
Says the left.
There's this one time where
I don't see anyone to my left. All I see is beer
we
bottles.
roleplayed like this one Family Guy scene in Fortnite, and it was making fun of Asian people.
Hey,
And I was the
Lois.
Asian guy.
Hey, Lois. Asians suck. Am I right?
Hi, Peter. Hi, Peter.
Hey, Peter.
I was doing what my name suggests. I'm Cleveland.
My
Hi,
name is
Peter.
Cleveland Brown.
And I am proud to be right back in my hometown with my new family. I don't know what this impersonation is.
So, anything else you guys want to talk about before we end this?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, this has been fun. For those watching the audio-only version, I hope you've enjoyed your picture of Biggie Cheese.
Wait.
That's
We're
a
ending.
picture. You should print it out and print it out.
What'd you say, Matt?
Wait, we're already ending this and we don't even have a song?
I don't have my ukulele with me. I got a radio next to me. Radio, work!
Let's go.
It didn't work.
No, it's okay. I can do this. What?
Sing Mongrel Spy.
No.
He robbed me, knocked me, shot me. He poured acid down my throat. He managed to castrate me, even though the knife was blood. He took me to hospital and pierced me in the ball.
I think we can all agree.
We all agree he is a massive fun.
Great! Well, rip any monetization money I would get from this. But anyways, I'll be posting this probably the day after it's recorded.
Just make sure you cut out some stuff because I feel like 130. I mean, 1 hour 30 is a bit long.
No, it isn't. Actually, that was the average length of an inflated episode, 1 hour 30 to 2 hours.
Hey, did I normally send over my recording after
Yes, please.
it ends? Or... Alright.
But and actually inflated, there was something else I was gonna say about inflated. I remember the one time we just talked about the Baby Makerinator. Go watch Inflated, it's good. Too bad it's over.
Did it for videos.
Huh?
Well, Revs did all the videos.
He put it on the Inflated Dalmatians channel.
Oh, okay.
Just look up Inflated Dalmatians and you'll find it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I wish I watched more of it live. I was only like very few in the live chat, like very few times because I was always busy.
I
But
get
whenever
it.
I was there, I enjoyed it.
Everything past like the other episodes aren't bad, but like it really picks up around like episode 16 or 17. So, yeah. So this has been episode 0 of the Dabhdude podcast.
And his Little Slaves podcast.
Great. And yeah.
Dabhdude and his little slave, they talking shit every day.
God, shut up. Alright,
No,
I'm gonna end this. So this has been myself, CleverX, Math Dominist, Mikael, and Hack was here, but then he kind of gave up. So
Hack was basically Samuel Jackson. He's only in the movie for only a few seconds.
great. Alright, so I'm gonna
He's everywhere.
end this. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye.
Goodbye!
See ya.
Has the recording ended?
Yeah, sure. Say something.
Okay.
Ah,
Something.
Okay.
Just kidding! It's not ended! Haha, suckers.